Captain William.
Did you forget your name? And I'm Dr. Yana. Welcome back to the channel, Inside Boat Tour.
The last half of the video will be for you techie people that want to see all the really nuts and bolts.
And we're actually filming this on the New Year's Eve day, right now. Yesterday was this big boy's birthday. He's accepting gifts.
I haven't received my gift. Well, my age, we don't do birthdays. Canceled due to lack of interest. So we welded all day.
Let's go inside. Mixed Russian dentist and American engineer with 30 years age difference who throw it all away for ocean exploration.
Sell everything, fix steel boat, and sail away.
Time for big guns.
This is definitely the nastiest job I've ever been doing.
Never too late to see the world through our channel. Subscribe and share the adventure.
Okay, let's go on down. We'll come back to the helm station and all the other details up here. We're going to move to the very front of the boat, show you that, and then move all the way through the boat and end up in the master salon. So let's go over to the VIP station. Santa Claus left me a coffee. This is currently the storage cave. And I mean storage cave. All the things that we wanted to keep clean up in the front of the boat. But the boat has a complete VIP, bunks on either side that double into double bunks, so 4 people could be inside of here. And in the very front is a chain locker where we're removing that and making that shelving. On each side we have storage. We're going to remove one of the bunks and make that into a hobby bench for video editing and working and so forth. We have the VIP head, which is a VIP storage. So we have a head and shower in the VIP with its own entrance. We have port light access to the top. Every door in the boat is solid teak, and every door has a stopper on it. So if you look at the thickness of this, very, very strong. We have a complete pantry for food and goods and so forth. One other note is each one of the rooms have storage underneath the floorboards that go all the way down to the hull. We move into the galley. The galley in this boat is Yana's room. I don't dare touch many things here. We have a redesign going on right now with the countertops. We're putting a square sink instead of a round. We're changing the stove and the cooktop because of utilizing solar. The current refrigerator freezer will be converted into a location for appliances because we are going to redesign this side of the galley settee area. If you look at the design, we've utilized every bit of space. We have a isotherm freezer that we've installed underneath the seating location. The table we're going to modify. We're going to cut it in half and make it a flip leaf because what we're going to do is on this location, we don't really have a lot of seating requirements down in the galley area. So half of this is going to become a cooktop counter with the Sub-Zero and refrigerator in this location to better utilize the space in the galley. You'll notice all the way around the boat there are a series of holes. Those holes in every location in the boat, there are holes here that are wooden, there's holes there. The boat has a complete radiator system. So the engine coolant, if you turn the radiator system on, flows through the whole complete boat from every single cabin. Those radiators then heat the boat, keep the moisture at bay. So those heating requirements are not needed with a air conditioning heat pump. Very large storage. Seating is all new leather cushions, and underneath each one of the seating locations are storage. So we have massive storage on the vessel. Walls, once again, are just like we showed downstairs. There's openings, and then there's holes on the bottom so that by natural convection, the heat is able to run through the inside of the boat from the engine. All solid teak, very strong. Everything that is on the boat is original, is built in 1984, so the teak is solid. It's not a laminated strip. A complete lower helm station, all of the requirements for maneuvering the boat and the vessel from down below are mimicked as well up top. I did go ahead and add 2 workstations. This is Jana's workstation that folds out, and this is my workstation. In both cases, those can be easily removed, fold and flip out of the way for being under passage and underway. Everything on the boat is super well insulated. This is just one of the floor panels. You can see all of the fire retardant insulation that is throughout the vessel, throughout the boat. Front window opens for ventilation when at anchor. So all of the windows and hatches open so the air flows through the vessel all the way to the aft. We will now go down to the master salon. The boat's pretty dark because the port holes are covered until we get those repaired. I don't want a lot of dirt and sand and rain coming in. We have a queen size bed. Storage underneath the mattress. We have closet hanging storage for our clothing on double doors. This is the support pipe for the mizzen mast. It was located here. I located it here, and that had to be positioned perfectly so that the door of the head would clear and the 2 storage doors would clear. Rear porthole for ventilation is currently covered, but that also allows us to escape in the event that we have a fire. The business room, just like the rest of the boat, these are the radiators. Some of you people might remember those from many, many years back. You can regulate the amount of heat by turning the flow level, very small sink. Storage, again, like the rest of the boat, all over. A complete stand-up shower. These are the port holes that we're going to be replacing because it's made quite a mess of the boat. And my favorite room is coming up next. The magic room. Every man's dream on the boat is a dedicated room for all the tools, equipment. This is next to the engine room access. So if there's an issue with the engine room hatch can be opened, and then I can be working between the engine room and the tool room. As you can see now, the complete floor is removed. That gives access not only to the engine, but allows the engine to be lifted out and pulled through the side windows. The access currently is manual. I've got a cylinder that's pneumatic for this as a backup. So the stairs I'm going to turn the lights on down there. We were going through a bridge on the way down and the transmission went out. I was able to jump from the top station down through the hole, put additional oil into the transmission and get back up again before we hit the bridge. So the access is very important to an engine room when you're underway. You don't really know it until you need it. So come on down. For those that want to see the dirty part of the boat, or in my case, the clean part, let's start in the engine room and then we're going to go through the boat technically. The engine room, we removed the old style lights and put LED strips. They're very, very cool. They also provide light all over the place and very low. We have dual rake cores, starboard port tanks. We have a pumping system where I can swap fuel from starboard to port. We have a grease system, and that is a motorized system. We fill that with grease, and that applies grease to the rudder shaft. It applies grease to the main shaft of the engine. It also provides grease to the other locations such as steering and for the autopilot. Aluminum tank, this is the holding tank. It has 50 gallons for the hydraulic fluid for the current bow thruster. Various electrical, all electrical has been rewired. All the DC and AC has been completely redone on the boat. The hot water tank system and the water pump, which is pressurized, and it's 24 volt DC. The boat is wired with 24 volt, 12 volt, 220, 208, both 50 and 60 hertz, and 110. So it has multiple transformers for different types of voltages. The engine is a 200 horsepower, built in Holland. It's the same engines used in buses and in trucks and most of the workhorse marine applications. Turbocharged system with a wet exhaust. Port side of the vessel is where I've laid out for the lithium battery banks. So there will be 2 levels of lithium battery banks, and then in the rear part of the engine room will be the air conditioning system, the inverter, and our electric get home engine is going to be down in this location so I can run the drive system over to the shaft. Steering of the boat is comprised of drive shafts from each one of the wheels that then run through a chain system and then runs to a drive shaft and a tractor gearbox in the back for turning the rudder. So we have 2 options for controlling the boat in the event that we have a chain drive failure. One of the most important factors when we were looking for a boat is an engine room that I could actually sit down inside and work. When you're traveling and when you're your own mechanic, having access to the engine room is paramount in being able to not only keep going, but if you have to do a rebuild or if you have to work on something. So when you see an engine room in a boat, it's more than just a comfortable space, it's a workplace. From the engine room, now we're going to go up top, and I'm going to show you the upper helm station and work our way down. The raised wheelhouse now is what I would look at as being the main navigation station. Steering, as I said earlier, if we pull the wheel back, now the steering is disengaged. We put it in, it now engages in the cogs. So under autopilot, we're not moving these large wheels. The control system and for the gauges and instruments will be changed a little bit here. This will be a seating and storage area. The complete rooftop will be strips of teak, and they will be attached to the sub ceiling, and then this will be boxed down to cover all of these steel locations. At the same time, every part of the wheelhouse will have teak on both the inside and the outside, completely hiding all of the steel. It's all been pre-drilled, and then the window frames and the windows will be attaching to this as well. Lower helm station, fully functional, the same. If we're using the lower helm, we push the wheel in, we pull the wheel out, and now it's no longer connected. All the switches, all of the important operation of the vessel is up here in this helm station. If you look down here inside, you can see the steering chain, and then when I disengage it, now it's disengaged. So it's a very strong feature of the vessel, not wearing out the chain and the drive when you're under autopilot. Tank system in the boat is not really a tank. It is the hull. So I'm standing on one of the waste gray water tanks currently. It is a complete welded hull tank that runs from starboard to port. And this is a small one. This is the 100-gallon tank. We have 200-gallon wastewater tanks. Access for the breakers and for the electrical is here in the galley. Every item on the boat, both DC and AC, uses Siemens breakers, resettable breakers. We also have the breaker fuse system for the 24 volt and the 12 volt. So this is our breaker panel access. Where I'm currently standing is the 1,000 gallon water tank. The water tank runs from the steps to the engine room bulkhead and completely from the starboard to port side of the vessel, thus giving us 1,000 gallons. The tank also is for buoyancy and at the same time brings the center of gravity down. So having the vessel with a lot of water actually maintains its stability. It's perfect midship.
I hope you guys liked this tour. I allowed William to take charge on my kitchen. Let me know if you saw some interesting things you'd like us to, expand on.
We had a ton of questions on the outside boat tour.
Yeah, if you guys really will ask us in the comments, we might make another live in the next couple of days or weeks. If you want a live, write live in the comments. If we get 50 questions and 1,000 likes on this video, we'll do another live in the next 2 weeks.
Love the schedule.
Love the schedule.
Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year's.
Let's get rid of 2020, please.
It was not that bad. Look, we had so much accomplished.
Yeah, we lived in 1 year on this boat. Well, the inside looks like a disaster.
When he told me we will have to have a little refit, I didn't expect this. Anyways, see you in the next episode, guys, on Thursday. And
Martin Wilcox, this video is dedicated to you and our other patrons.
yes, thank you guys. You guys rock. 3 more patrons and we will do a private group chat for live updates. Bye.